The Frank Haith Show, brought to you by Don Thornton Cadillac, Pepsi, River Spirit, TTCU, the credit union, and St. Francis Health System. And now your host, Bruce Howard.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Frank Haith Show. I'm Bruce Howard, joined by the basketball coach at the University of Tulsa, Frank Haith. And Coach, life in the American Athletic Conference, it's something, isn't it?
It is. You know, obviously we had the tough loss here against UConn, and then we go on the road, play a Central Florida team that, got hot in their building, and that can happen. But I thought our guys fought hard in both games, and but you play a UConn team that's very talented. And, obviously they go back and beat Cincinnati later in the week, and, we know how talented they are. And then you play a Central Florida team that's very capable. So, but I thought I can't fault our guys' effort in both games.
Well, the Golden Hurricane at home against UConn, and as Coach mentioned, on the road in Orlando against UCF. All the highlights coming up on the Frank Haith Show. We're back on the Frank Haith Show, and Coach, as you got ready for UConn, the layman observer would say, hey, you won, in Hartford, in overtime, so it should be easy at home. It's just not the way it is.
No, it isn't. And I said this when we won the game. I said, but this is a heck of a win in their building and in their crowd, with their crowd, and as talented as I thought they were. I thought it was one of our best wins of the year, to be honest with you. And coming in here, obviously they had lost a couple in a row. But we knew, they're so talented, and, we were battling back and forth. It was a hard-fought game. Then Brandon goes down with 12 minutes to go in the game, and I thought that hurt us.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Hurricane taking on a UConn team that had lost so many close games. They came in at 2-6 in the league, but they were much better than that, no question about it. And in the midweek game for the Hurricane, in the early going, ahead 2-0, and you're able to get it down low, and Martins Igbanu, that's Ugbo with the lay-in. We'll talk about Martins in a moment, but that's a good start for Emmanuel.
It is. And got really good position, and I was able to finish that shot over their defender, and nice jump hook. And, they put a guard on Gerard, and we really wanted to go inside, and Gerard had a nice post move there. We wanted to see a little bit more of that during this ball game.
And you see Carlton down low, and nice wall-up defense, and then a block shot and a shot clock violation.
Yeah, we needed to wall up on that one. Nice drive and finish by Darren right there, and then obviously Brandon tips that ball in and gets a foul.
And the Hurricane up 11-10 as you see this sequence here. Isaiah Hill with a nice pass inside, and that's good refereeing by not making that flop call.
Right, but there was some contact on the layup, but that was good. Obviously, Martins was outstanding in this ball game and attacking these guys, and gets an and one there to go to free throw line to put us up 5.
What's he doing so much better now, Martins?
Well, he's just playing with assertiveness and finishing with confidence, and his moves, and he's got great footwork when he gets that ball in the low post. And just a good pass out right here by Martins, and now we need to get that ball moving from side to side. And obviously Eli with a nice shot fake and finish right there.
Yeah, that one stayed on the rim forever, it seemed, and then Elijah Joyner able to get the basket there. And as you can see with the score, I'm not saying you had control of the game, but you certainly were playing from ahead.
We were, and that was a big time post move by Martins right here. Face up, go back to over his left shoulder. Just a really big time move.
23-18 at that point, and now all of a sudden UConn starts making shots, and all of a sudden your 5 or 6 point lead evaporated, and they took advantage.
They did. Good execution here. They went zone right at the end of the half and got the ball to Martins, and now it's just a 2-point game going to halftime.
So it's 31-29. No panic, obviously, but you are concerned a little bit with UConn shooting as well as they are.
Yeah. They're shooting 50% from 3. We Book Knight got going, and a guy that hadn't made many threes on the year, and Al Tariq made a couple threes.
And so they take the lead at halftime, 31-29. But again, Tulsa has played from behind and has won several games trailing at halftime. Here in the early second half, a putback basket for Whaley.
Well, that to me, that right there epitomized, that was the difference in the game. We gave up too many second chance points. And this was our second loss of the year, where in the conference play, where that was the difference in the game, our inability to rebound the ball.
There's Martin Zigbanu getting a basket off of a secondary break, if you will, and the Hurricane cutting into the lead. But again, UConn by 7.
Yeah, we really kept battling right here, doing a good job getting that ball to Martins where he can be an effective player there in the paint. You can see we cut it back to 5. They get a timeout there, and it's still only 4 minutes into the half.
He is so good with his footwork, isn't he?
Yeah, and just good strength and being patient and attacking.
So the lead is 5. A few moments later, you would cut that lead down to 3 with a backdoor cut.
Yeah, they double off of Darian, and we worked on that. And good dive and good find by Martins.
You can see a 3-point game, and then Igbanu with a one-hand slam makes it a 1-point game with about 13 and a half minutes to go in the contest.
Yeah, good pass by Brandon. They went zone, good high-low, obviously a great finish.
And here's a play that obviously is just something that happens in basketball. It's too bad. Just a situation where you're jumping for a rebound and probably came down on somebody's ankle, right?
He came down on somebody's foot, and obviously you can see it's a 3-point game, and I think we were in a good position right there, and it kind of deflated us a little bit and kind of energized them. But I thought our guys continued to battle for the most part right here. In terms of it's still, it's a 1-point game right there, and with a nice pass and finish by Martins. They went back zone again, and we did a good job here getting that ball in the high post, and Darren with a great finish.
Darian Jackson with the basket to make it a 2-point game. And again, you go back down to your man right now, Igbanu, as he would end up with a new career high. In fact, that was for Darian probably, wasn't it?
It was. And but Marty went up and got it and finished it. As you can see, it's still a 3-point game.
And then they come down and start hitting a few of those.
Yeah, and we were soft on our pressure with Booknight after he had made a couple, and that was not good. And then, like I said, the rebounding hurt us, and that was one play we looked like we got the ball and we don't control the ball. And then we kept fighting here, and there was a big 3 by Eli. He didn't shoot the ball well this game, but we kept fighting to give ourselves a chance to stay in play.
Yeah, it's inside 8 minutes now when Jariah Horn will end up making this basket to make it a 5-point game, so you're still right in there.
Yeah, 5-point game with 7.5 minutes to go. We're still right there. But this is not a good play here. We don't block out a shooter after he shoots a shot and he gets it back and sticks it in. That was kind of deflating play right there.
So you're down by 9, and now as you can see, you're down by 11. And again, get it inside to Martin Zigbanu. And he continues to produce for you at that point.
He did. He ended up with 29, I think, this ball game, and they obviously they kept scoring and made it very difficult for us. And as you can see, Martin's had a big game, but like I said, we didn't rebound the ball well. That killed us. And then they made some threes. They shot 52% from the floor and 46% from 3. And that was the difference in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. UConn got hot in Tulsa's gym, and then they ended up carrying that over to a big win at home their next time out as they upset Cincinnati. So life in the American, as we mentioned, isn't very easy. And the Hurricane now going on the road to Orlando to take on UCF. And the highlights of that game is coming up next. We're back on the Frank Haith Show, the University of Tulsa on the weekend playing in Orlando, a Sunday afternoon game. And Coach, what were you most worried about? Obviously, you know that Brandon Reschel likely not to play, but what are the other concerns as you look to get back on the winning streak?
Well, obviously you're playing on the road against a team that's very capable. I mean, they got good guard play, and one of your best perimeter players is out. So, you feel like you got to overcome that a little bit, dealing with their activity on the perimeters. And Colin Smith was a guy we were concerned with too, and I thought we did a really good job on him. But their perimeter guys really got going against us, and we were really concerned about that too.
Yeah, obviously an unfortunate situation with being down a guy, your leading rebounder, leading scorer, and one of your best defenders, but you have to move on, you have to play the game. And unfortunately, UCF decided to get hot from the outside. They're a 31% three-point shooting team, but they ended up playing very well at home. But here early on, your team got behind early, but then responded with an 8-0 run, Coach.
Yeah, 8-0 run, and a lot of it, Martins gets in the game. He gets going real early, and, I thought we did a good job moving the ball here early in the game, and Martins knocked down his first 3 of the year. But and that got us back because we had really good ball movement early. I thought the ball got stuck a little bit when they went on a run, and there's Eli knocking down a three, and you could see they were 5-0. Then we kind of go 8, got, like you said, 8-0 run, and again here we got good movement, good ball movement, nice pass to Marty, good finish.
And Martin Zigbanu, who, by the way, hit his first three-pointer since his sophomore year, then was a little more comfortable with that one, and that's a nice backdoor cut by Lawson Carita.
Yes, good move, good spacing, and then they started getting us in transition. That's where they got us in their threes early on. Wasn't really against our defense. They really blew the ball up before we got set and made some threes.
Yeah, they went on a 10-0 run, and you're able to get it back. And when Darian Jackson can do that, it's terrific after a made basket to get that point back.
Yeah, a good pass by Darian and Marty, good position by Marty there, and nice execution out of bounds play. And Jeriah knocks down a three here. You can see they had jumped on us a little bit, but we fight back here. Finish the half, try to get back into it, and it's a nice drive and finish by Darian.
Darian Jackson with the and one at that point as he got the free throw. Even though he missed the free throw, you had knocked the lead down to 7, and now you have a chance to get it down to 5.
Again, the ball moving from side to side, and sometimes we don't always have that. But that was good ball movement right there, and again, one more. Those are a lot of these plays are showing it when we have good execution offensively.
Knocked the lead down to 6 at that point. However, it was an 8-point deficit at halftime. As I don't think you were that concerned about it because you hadn't played well defensively, and you're looking for improvement in that area in the second half, right?
Exactly. I thought we were in a good place. I just thought we would tighten our defense up, get back and set our defense, and we'll be fine. And obviously they came out and shot it well again in the second half, but. Martin's, was really attacking here, and there's a flopping call there, but I thought there was a couple more in this ball game.
Yeah, and that ended up, as you saw the official waving his hands, that's a flopping warning, I guess. And there's Martin's really taking it strong to the hole.
Yeah, and after the flopping warning, the next one is a technical foul shot. So you're not allowed any more the rest of the game.
Right, and that dunk by Martins continues his great play for the Hurricane as he ended up really playing well, and that's a nice little up and under move by Darian.
Yeah, and Darian was playing hard this ball game in terms of, as he always does, and doing what he does. And this is a big-time drive and finish by Eli.
Elijah Joyner with that basket. But what's unsaid here, as you see UCF score mounting, is they just keep making shots.
They kept making threes, and it's a good inside-out pass, good relocation by Lawson, and nice pass by Marty, and Lawson knocks it down.
You're battling that uphill struggle in your trade-in baskets, right around that 10-point mark, and they keep making buckets like that to knock it back down to 14. But again, your team keeps battling.
Yeah, nice pass by Jeriah there, and good finish by Marty. We kept finding Marty there in the lane area, and as you can see, we were down 19 here, but we kept battling. 6 minutes going this game. I think we cut it all the way down to 5 points.
And there's a basket by Jeriah Horn, that three-pointer. Again, really when you desperately needed it, and then you start really attacking the glass a little bit better.
Yeah, we didn't settle. We kept, working the game. I thought that was a good drive by Eli, and this ball movement here was good. Jeriah knocks down a three. We 11-point lead here, and we still go back inside to Marty, and he finishes it in the paint. We're still battling here, and we kept playing off of Martins and based on what they were doing to him, and that's a heck of a play by Martins, just keeping the dribble alive and getting that shot off.
Yeah, he ends up beating 3 people on that play, and here's another spinning move, and again the flop doesn't work. The officials doing a good job of not calling an offensive foul on plays like that.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a tech though.
Yes. And here's a steal and a layup by Lawson Carita as you're scrambling at the end of the game. You're still down by 9, but boy, what a run here.
Yeah, and then we rebound this ball here, and good finish by Martin. So we're still battling here, like 7-point lead, and that right here, we cut it to 5.
Yep, down 78-73, and then moments later, you would cut it down to 4.
4, right there, yeah. And with 12 seconds left, and then obviously they make a couple free throws here to finish the game out.
But what an effort by the Hurricane to cut what was a 19-point lead down to 4. Unfortunately for TU, they end up falling by that final score of 83-75, and that's what kind of grinds your gears, Coach, is the UCF shooting 56%.
Yeah.
You know, that's just not what you guys are used to.
No, and you can't win ball games when your team shoots that well. I think they shot 60-some% in the second half.
Right.
But 56% from floor, and then 57% from three. And you know, it's hard to have success when teams shoot that well against you. Offensively, I thought we're fine. Obviously, Martin had an outstanding game with 30 points without Brandon, but probably missed Brandon more so for that defensive effort.
Absolutely. The Hurricane will get ready for a home match against ECU coming up on Wednesday. Back with more on the Frank Haith Show in a moment. Welcome back on the Frank Haith Show and the Don Thornton Cadillac feature segment here. Well, notwithstanding the UConn game, it was a terrific first half for the Golden Hurricane at 7-2. That, of course, marked the first half of the season in the American Athletic Conference. And our video technician, Daryl Turner, put together the best of the first half of the season.
Top of the key, Horn fakes a shot, now passes it inside, and a one-hand slam dunk by Martins Igbanu. And Horn found Igbanu wide open inside. Wow. Left side, Hill underneath, and a slam dunk by Igbanu. A foul, count the basket. Horn with a lob inside, and a slam dunk by Darian Jackson. Holy smokes. Loose on the floor, and Hill dives on the floor, comes up with the ball. Off to Ugbo, to Rochelle. They get it off to Jackson. Back to Rochelle for a layup. Good, and he got fouled on the play. Count the basket. Oh, what a play. Left elbow, now a lob inside, and a slam dunk by Darian Jackson. Oh, what a play. Oh, my. 48-47, Tulsa. Great pass by Horn. Has it stripped and stolen by Joyner. Ahead to Jackson. Throws up a wild shot, but the rebound slam dunk by Rochelle. Rochelle with the slammer, and that's what happens when you run hard. You pick off an offensive rebound and a putback. 16-14, Wichita State with the lead. But then it is Rochelle zooming in and two-hand slamming it for Tulsa. A two-hand slam dunk for Brandon Rochelle, and Tulsa's tied it at 51.
It goes by Big B Breezy with all his buddies.
Off to Igbanu now inside, and a slam dunk by Darian Jackson. Jackson gets the slammer. Tulsa beats the press, and TU leads 46-23. Passes it to Joyner, and Joyner with a one-hand slam dunk. Rochelle waiting, pitching it to Joyner. Joyner dribbling it up court. He's at the top of the key, fires a shot at the buzzer. Good! And it counts! Joyner just hit a three to win the game for Tulsa. Holy smokes! At half court, he caught the ball. He turned, he angled to the right, and he made a three-pointer at the buzzer. Elijah Joyner! And Tulsa wins 54-51, and Elijah has taken Tulsa to the promised land.
We're back on the Frank Haith Show, and Coach, you know, as you look at the standings, despite the two-game losing streak, you're 7-3, and in the loss column, tied for second place, right?
Yes, and we got to keep reminding ourselves that, and we just got to get back going. Big week for us. East Carolina in here on Wednesday, a team that's very capable. They kept coming off a big win on the road at Tulane, I think. So we understand it's. Now we're on the back nine. You know, we're 0-1. We just got to get back going.
Yeah, and for the Golden Hurricane, it's East Carolina coming up on Wednesday, so we will see you at the Reynolds Center, 918-631-GO-TU for ticket information, or tulsahurricane.com/tickets. And for the Hurricane, then on the weekend, you end up going to South Florida, and that's never easy, is it?
It isn't, and they're very capable. I mean, they got good size, they got good guard play, and Rideau and Collins, so we understand how tough that's going to be. Right now, we just got to focus on this game on Wednesday against East Carolina.
All right, let's go get it. The head coach of the Golden Hurricane, Frank Haith, and for the coach and for our creative video producer, Daryl Turner, I'm Bruce Howard. So long for now.
The Frank Haith Show, brought to you by Don Thornton Cadillac, Pepsi, River Spirit, TTCU, The Credit Union, and St. Francis Health System. The Frank Haith Show has been a presentation of Golden Hurricane Sports Properties and a Kane Vision production.